Let's start with your reading, Pisces. This reading is for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign. Keep in mind that the energies go both ways. Feel free to interpret the direction of the messages as it best resonates with your own personal situation. Also, I am still selecting people for free personal readings. I do so every week. If you need one, just keep watching to know how to get selected. Now let's see what messages we have for you today. Okay. All right. So this is very interesting. It never happens to me, very rarely, but I got a specific message when I've seen these cards. I heard a specific question, and that question is, when did we lose our way? Right here, what I see with the Fool reversed and Death rebirth is definitely a unexpected turn of events that neither you or the other person has seen upcoming in the future. And right now you actually see it around you. It's your present, and you cannot fully explain how things ended up this way. Right here we see that obviously your way was towards the sun. This is the potential that the two of you had, and you truly felt deep down that this was the outcome. This was the beautiful direction that we're going towards. But instead, something has happened right here which made someone just give up on the situation. With this Knight of Swords, I definitely see someone who is not able to deal with the challenges anymore, not able to deal with the obstacles anymore. And so they just give up and say, you know what? I am not going to be into the situation anymore. And overall, for once, someone leaving home, but especially what I see here, it's something that was coming up, whether it is a celebration, a wedding, or an anniversary, a birthday, something right here which you or the other person were looking forward to, and now it's not gonna happen anymore. Overall, this is very unexpected for the both of you, and it happened fast, it happened quick. Now, in the center of the reading, 10 of Cups, 6 of Cups, you know, when you see these cards, especially together and especially in this position, that there is someone here who is living in a dream state. This person cannot let go of the memories. They might have left, or they might be geographically distant from you, but their heart and their energy is still very much into all of this. 6 of Cups, someone feeling very nostalgic, someone missing the past, missing that beautiful connection that truly was special to them. You are their true love, regardless of what has been said and regardless of what has happened. This is a true type of energy, a real type of feeling that no one can fake, and cards pick up on that. And so right here you see their vision, and your vision as well, perhaps. That happily ever after that you've seen with the 10 of Cups wasn't something that maybe was going to happen, maybe not. It was always in your vision. It was almost like a certainty in between the two of you. And the fact that right now instead you find yourself having to enjoy this connection as something that instead is in the past now, having to enjoy it as a form of memory, it's definitely something that you were not expecting at all. This can be actually somewhat heavy, but we need to understand what happened here and how the situation can potentially transform and change. Maybe it can get even stronger, or maybe not. We will see how this is going to evolve. Overall, with the star in the focus position, we clearly see someone who is in that dream state that we were talking about. With the star, this is someone who's trying to escape reality. And we see why, we see where they are going right now. You know, there is still a lot that has to happen between the two of you. Now, I cannot see what it's going to be yet, but I definitely see that there is going to be some sort of communication, conversation. The energies are way too strong and still very much connected to each other for them to just disappear in thin air, to just completely detach and not take action at all. This has to transform into something coming up, and we see soon what that's going to be. Overall, with the star, someone is expecting miracles. Maybe they're hoping for the other person to reach out. They're hoping for something to come up and take the situation to the next step. I definitely feel that struggle right here. The fact that nothing is really happening. There are no messages, no attempts in clarifying the situation. There are no fights even, which is making this person feel as though you truly gave up and maybe you truly do not care anymore. Now, what we see right here in the past position, Page of Wands. And so obviously, as we were saying earlier, for you, this was a new beginning. This was an exciting new beginning that made you see what your life was going to transform into in the future. The Page of Wands sees the big picture. And in a way, this is something that made you very excited because regardless of the potential sacrifices, whatever this situation entailed at first, you were excited about it because it gave you someone who truly loved you, who truly adored you, and who still does, by the way, and someone to build those memories with, to build a future with. And that's not something that you took for granted. It definitely made you excited, and it gave you that fire, that passion inside that right now is and has transformed into something that you were not expecting at all. Now, interesting enough, in the strength position, the Hierophant, and I know that at this point, the situation might truly feel like something that it's not going to have future. It's not going to be able to be fixed. But with the Hierophant, we are reminded that this is still a very strong type of connection, a very strong commitment. And the fact that right now it feels over, it's just temporary. With time, there are certain wounds that are going to be healed. The ego, the pride is going to go away. And what it's going to be left is just this Hierophant energy, which is still at the base of this all situation. Obviously, with this card, we also see that your strength right now is in your ability to forgive. It's not easy. Now, depending on what has happened right here, this could be a very hard situation to just forget. But at the same time, with the Hierophant, you're not asked to forget. You're just asked to forgive, to see the situation for what it really is, and to understand that the journey in front of you, it's very long. It's still very long. And the fact that right now something has gone wrong and maybe someone has made a mistake, it doesn't have to define your outcome, which can still be that sun energy, which we've seen up there. This, from what I see so far at least, this can still be very beautiful. And the fact that this could be the end of it will be determined by what you decide to do. With the Hierophant, your strength is in your forgiveness, in your ability to forgive. Now, what we're seeing supporting the reading is the 10 of Wands. And obviously, what you're looking at here is your need to free yourself from a burden. This card talks about a successful outcome, but it's also talking about being able to move on. Are you able right now, Pisces, to maybe forgive something that at this moment in time feels very heavy on your shoulders, feels like something that you will never be able to let go, never be able to forget? But is it something that maybe in time you see yourself working out of your system? Because if you have that ability, trust me when I say that the cards are saying that this can still go towards the sun. Perhaps it never derailed from that path that it's taking you towards the sun. Maybe this was just part of it. It's part of the challenges and obstacles that every single situation and every single connection runs into. And so this is a very important question that you have to ask to yourself. How far do I want to go to make this successful? Is this something that I can forgive? Or is this something that I will carry on my shoulders for the rest of my life, for the rest of the length of this connection? In which case, of course, you need to move on. Now, with the star, we know that this person is thinking, you are my only wish, Pisces. And this is going from a state of dreaming, a state of fantasizing about the situation, about the past and the potential future, to a real conversation. Coming up for you, Queen of Swords. And this right now, I have to be honest, I feel that when you think about confronting this person and talking to them, and at the same time seeing them, being in front of them, it feels almost scary. It feels almost like something that you want to do because you still have questions and things to say, but at the same time, something that can deeply impact your feelings and your energy overall. Therefore, it's making you feel a little afraid to even consider the possibility to sit down and talk to this person. But Pisces, you owe this to each other. This is such a beautiful connection. And regardless of what has happened here, you owe to each other a communication, a conversation where the two of you can clarify things, even if you do not go back together. This has to happen, and this will happen unless you completely block it out. This Queen of Swords, I do believe it's going to bring a lot of clarity into the situation, and it's very much needed. Something that can feel like a huge mountain that it's not possible to climb and get on the other side of. With the Queen of Swords, instead, it will become smaller and smaller and smaller. The more you talk, the more you clarify, the more questions are going to be answered. And so let's see what this conversation is going to be about. Overall, what we see so far, it's something unexpected that the two of you really did not plan for, but something that can still be fixed with this upcoming conversation. Let's see what this Queen of Swords is bringing to you in the near future. What it is that it's going to be communicated to you there that perhaps you don't know about at this moment in time. Let's see what this conversation will be about and how it's going to impact the very dynamic between the two of you and the very outcome of this connection in the near and distant future as well. If you want to dive deeper into the messages, Pisces, just follow me in the extended reading link below in the description box. Also, don't forget that every week I randomly select viewers who have watched the extended video to offer them a 100% free personal reading. I send out emails every Monday morning to confirm. Make sure to check out your spam folder as well. Now, stay tuned for the extended preview coming right up after this. Welcome back to your extended reading, Pisces. Right here, we clearly have seen a situation where two people truly care about each other. I mean, we can talk about the obstacles, the mistakes that have been made, but at the same time, there is something underneath of it all that talks about love, true love. And sometimes, very often, actually, people, when they feel that type of connection, they tend to do all sorts of things. They tend to make all sorts of mistakes. And we have to understand what's underneath of it all. We need to look into it in order to see what the true potential of the situation in the future is going to be. So we see that that Queen of Swords, it's definitely going to bring a lot of clarity into this. And clarity is very much needed because this emotional state and the overall emotions that the two of you are experiencing right now can truly cloud your vision. The Queen of Swords comes in to take away those clouds and to just show you what's really happening, what has happened, and what can happen from this moment forward. Now, this Queen of Swords is asking a specific question. Let's see what the question is, and let's see what the answer is going to be, together with what this overall conversation is going to bring to you in the near future in terms of transformation. So let's clarify the Queen of Swords and that Ace of Pentacles as well. There he goes. Messages coming in very fast. Okay. Ooh, all right. Pisces. So, right here, we clearly have someone